let's go to the Charlotte Independence, where they got a little bit of the Chattanooga Red Wolves treatment, and everybody took their best players. Alex, who'd they lose and who'd
Yeah,
they
they
gain?
they lost some big ones. They lost Miguel Ibarra, Joel Johnson, Tresor Mbuyu. I'm hearing Gabriel Oberton is not coming back. JC Obergon, Austin Pack. I mean, they got decimated in the offseason. They did bring in John Beccaro from Championship, as well as Rafael Hagagui, for a 21-year-old who has 5 years of professional experience with Sacramento. And they brought in Michael DeShields from Hartford to play center back. Yeah, the one thing about Charlotte is that I think last year they waited till the absolute last minute to start announcing some big names. I think Obregon wasn't even brought in until like 3 days before the season started. So they might have something up their sleeve for the rest of this week. Who knows? But for now, I think it's fair to have them ranked down here.
Yeah, Eamon, we are looking at this team, and I have the wrong team on this graphic. I'm going to fix that in a minute. I accidentally put one Knox on the screen, so I will fix that in a minute. But when you're looking at a team that has lost as much talent as they have and has seemingly not replaced it, what do you make of that?
Um, I actually think of all the rankings, this is probably the most disrespectful one, probably to Charlotte. I think, yeah, I think 12th and 10th. No, they're going to be 100% higher than that. And for me, it stems from the coach, right? Their coach, Mike Jeffries, is absolutely a playoff coach. He's listen, he knew what it took to be successful in the USL Championship off a relatively smaller budget than most teams. And look, he's come into USL League One, and obviously over the last couple of years made playoffs and had success there. Look, Mike Jeffries, he's one of those that just figures it out. He's like a magician. I remember when they first came in 2023, they were so poor to start the season, and then before you know it, they signed a couple of players and they just came together. I think we're going to see the exact same with Charlotte. They always leave it late to bring in players. Sometimes they wait until in the season. And I mean, I'm an example. I played for Mike Jeffries. I played for Charlotte in 2018. I didn't sign for them until April. The season had already started. Their budget is okay, but I know it's not, I guess maybe one of the top teams. And I think because of that, they do wait. Mike knows what's about in terms of recruitment. So Mike likes to wait until maybe that last minute until, he finds that gem that hasn't signed for anybody like an Obregon. So I can easily see a couple of signings coming in. But with what they have, I think is absolutely solid and good enough to definitely, be in the playoffs. I think the announcement of Luis Alvarez, I know he was meant to go to Spain. The deal must have fell through. Listen, I had USL Championship coaches call me and ask me about Luis Alvarez. Coaches that I'm very, friendly with in USL Championship. And his name was cropping up all the time. He is absolutely. He was, the best young player in the league last year. I think he's going to be even better this year with another season under his belt. I think they're strong in the midfield. Omar Cease, India, Sorensen and Enga, who were there last year. Spielman, who's been there. Dimmick, who's been there. Levy or Levi, however you pronounce his name, stepped up towards the end of the season. Did really, really well in goals. No, that's a playoff team. Now, how strong they are, I don't know. It will probably depend on if they do make one or two signings, whether it's now, whether it's in the middle of the season. But no, that's a playoff team. And 100%, their coach 100% will get them into the playoffs. He'll just do it. He knows exactly how to do it, how it's done. I think we're being harsh on Charlotte. Yes, they're weaker, but they're still a playoff team.
Yeah, I do like that they're getting a lot younger. They're especially in the midfield there. I think that's going to work to their advantage. Some of their veterans last year suffered through a lot of injuries. So I think that's a good thing. And yeah, Luis Alvarez is by far he's definitely one of the better wingers midfielders in the league. We'll see if he lasts the whole season because I'm sure he's still on the market.
If you have not, if you're a person who's watching and listening to this, if you haven't sat down and watched Omar Sis, you need to. He is almost always my favorite player to watch on the pitch. He just does everything so fundamentally well. He's not overly flashy, but he just looks so good fundamentally. He's a player I love to watch.
Yeah, he's excellent. He's definitely one of, again, top sixes in the league for sure. 100%. And just sorry, last on that Alex's point, you're right. They did go younger, and they went younger for. I mean, they're trying to change the dynamic of the club. They're trying to get younger, talented players in, develop them, maybe sell them on. So they are changing that philosophy. And I do. Yeah, the question mark is changing that philosophy, just like Richmond did. How does that play out? Over the next couple of years. But I do think right now they have enough in there to be a playoff team.
Yeah, and they also have one of the biggest academy systems in the country.